All right, welcome back to today's episode of I'm Just Saying Sports Talk. So we got something interesting to talk about today. Something
Yes, we do.
mildly controversial, but I think it'll be a good discussion.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Lavar Ball's Junior Basketball Association. You have any initial thoughts on what you think about it, or?
My initial thought is this may hurt the college game a little bit because, the NCAA, I'm not really worried about the NCAA, but the college game really is, I think it's improving. Those one and dones are making that, at least they're there 1 year, but they're making that year exciting for college ball. But on the other hand, it may be taken away from some kids that can go to college and be there for 4 years and their game progress and they get better and make it to the NBA. These guys are what everybody says already NBA ready. So this league that Lavar is creating really is just a pass through for them. So I think it may be a good thing for these guys. These one and done. It's not like they're gonna get paid. Not gonna get paid. They're gonna get paid. So they'll get paid for their service. They actually will be playing against guys that are what all the scouts say. They are on their level. There's these. They want to put these stars on these guys, the 4 and the 5 stars. So, most of these guys will be the 4 and the 5 stars that they already said they can play at the NBA level. So they'll bypass college. They'll play that 1 year and then perhaps be ready for the NBA. Okay. I don't think it's going to hurt them either way. I mean, it's not like they're going to school to get an education.
Okay. So, all right. I think a lot of people are focusing on whether it could work or not. Can Lavar pull it off? Which is a whole different situation. Okay. I'm kind of thinking of it like, okay, in business, you always look for a opportunity, a niche. What are you providing that people want?
That's
right?
Mm-hmm.
So the niche that he's identified is that 1 year gap between being eligible to play the NFL draft at 19 versus the NBA draft at 19 after leaving high school.
Yeah. So
I'm always, you think about in business, if you always look at what is your competition for that. So what is his competition? Okay, his competition is overseas. Mm-hmm. So when you compare to overseas, the difference is, well, you don't have to travel.
That's true.
You can stay home and have the American fan base,
exactly.
Right? Okay. They get paid too.
Mm-hmm.
And they do recruit. The NBA does recruit from overseas, but a lot of times you're playing against older guys. So if you're 19 and you go over there with grown men, you may find yourself at a disadvantage. So I'm just trying to compare what he's up, who are the other organizations that are trying to fill the same niche that he's in, that he's in now. I won't say trying to get in. He says he started. He's in. Now the other one, people aren't thinking about his real competition is the G League.
Yeah.
Because the G League, you can come out of high school and play in the G League.
You can't go straight to the G League now.
Yes, you can go straight to the G League. The difference, the thing is, I think the G League has been so underutilized.
It has.
That people don't think about the G League because it went by the developmental league and it was perceived as a place where failed basketball players go. Meaning once you went to the graveyard of basketball, so they sought to repackage it to the G League, which has a better rep than the D League, because the D League was seen as somewhere you went when you couldn't make it. So I think college always looked better on your resume to come out of college than to come out of the D League.
I don't think they promoted the D League.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't use the D League.
They didn't use it
the way they should. Mm-hmm. Now, stats about the D League, about the G League, D League, 30% of the NBA got football on my mind for some reason. It's football on my mind.
The Raiders playing tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what it is. But 30% of the NBA that exists have come out of the G League. So the point I'm making there is that they have a relationship that they're using the players. So
that's good though. That's good,
and that's what it should be. What I'm saying is we have to think about what tier of basketball is this going to be considered? If you look at the G League logo and look at the JBA's, the Junior Basketball Association logo, they are similar. Except for one is his son.
The color different.
Yeah. His son got a little fro, got a little TWA going, teeny weeny afro. But so where does this fit? Okay, I can see where I can see it in relationship to the overseas teams.
Mm-hmm.
So is this considered a level league with the G League, or is it a step below? Because he says these are going to be your your high school graduates that are nationally ranked that don't want to go to college. So, okay, you're saying all the Coach Cowboys basically
they don't go to the pro, or that don't want to go to college.
That don't want to go. Well, all the one and dones don't want to go to college.
Yeah.
So all the one and dones, that's the market for them. And because you have to ask yourself, what made someone say, if you could have went straight into the G League, why didn't they go in the G League versus go with?
So it has to be some kind of stipulations in it. We got to check on that.
No, I look. It's not. It's not.
You can go straight from high school to the G League.
Now this is catch. Let me tell you how they build a G League though.
It has to be.
No. Let me tell you. Okay. They build their rosters in the G League in these ways. They do local tryouts, so local teams can open their teams to local tryouts. Okay. They do what are called affiliate players, meaning an NBA team can, when they draft you. Well, no. When they draft you, they have your draft rights.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to sign you to an NBA contract. They can sign you to a G League contract now.
Mm-hmm.
So they build their teams that way, and then they have the returning players.
Mm-hmm.
So you have returning players on a roster. You have players that you have the draft rights to, which are affiliated players if you want to send those people there. And then you have your two-way contract guys, which means they sign where they can move them up and down to go in the NBA and play or go in the G League.
Mm-hmm.
So the catch is there's only so many roster spots anyway. So what I'm thinking his niche could be, well, if there aren't any spots, because to get another spot, you got to either cut somebody and their contract expires, you got to move them up.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's the players that are G League ready, but there aren't any spots, but they would have to fit into that 19. See, my thing is, my thing is he's not trying to deal with every age. It doesn't appear. And I think there's more questions to this you have to ask. Can you play multiple years?
You probably can play. You're right.
Or is it strictly for 19-year-olds to play against 19-year-olds, but it's still not? You know what I mean?
It's a U19. It's a U19 league.
Well, yeah. So it's AAU.
AAU.
So it's AAU with a paycheck.
It's AAU on steroids.
Okay, so now, prime example. Okay, now you go AAU. You go to the JBA, and you don't make it, and you don't get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't go to college. So
you go to college, you just can't play ball.
What I'm saying, you can't go to college to play ball.
Yeah.
So then you try to go into the G League.
Yeah, that'd be a next step.
Really, this is a step below the G League. Because the G League is still going to be your gateway in there. It's still closer to the league than the JBA will be.
Could be. If you think about it, if he get 80, just say 80 players out of that ESPN top 100, that are coming out of, and then these are the guys that are ranked. They got all the stars behind their name, and they are saying they're NBA ready. So if he get 80 of those guys, I really think that this league could possibly take off because it's just 80 of them. So
Right.
there's a lot of other guys, below their
I got
ranking.
you. And the
that
roster
will play in
size,
G
the
League.
roster size is low enough
Yeah.
at 8 players so that they all get ample playing time.
Exactly.
Okay, but
And
this
the pay, isn't
okay.
bad. What $3,000?
Three to
10?
10.
3 to 10. That's not
three
bad.
to 10. Okay. Now remember the G League pays too.
Yeah.
And it has benefits.
But I wonder what the pay is for the G League for those guys coming straight out of high
they
school
have
too.
they have two pay schedules.
Okay, what is that?
They have the A level, which is $26,000, and the B level, which is $19,500. And you can get bonuses if you are all NBA G League, up to $3,000. So yeah, his pay schedule, I think for the top players, if you're that $10,000 guy, you're gonna make more than someone possibly and that's in just your regular contract. Now, if you have a two-way contract, your two-way contract can be a lot more because you have some NBA money tied up into that. So, but my thing is, this is what, and of course, there's a ton of questions. So we're just exploring this. We don't have the answers, but we're just trying to. We're trying to. I'm not going to discount it, but I'm going to explore the ideal of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, if 30% of the NBA is from the G League, and the other side is they have all the future assistant coaches. See, they have professional coaches too. Now,
where you can get the coaches from?
Yeah, now the JBA, yes, they're going to play by NBA rules with the quarters and with the 3-point line and all that. So that's good. They're not going to have a hybrid game. It'll be directly, but the coaching and the training staff, will that be of the same caliber so that we're looking at apples to apples?
And it depends on when this league runs. But I think what would benefit him, and it's just me thinking, that he should go get guys like, after the NBA season is over with, hopefully he'd do it during the summer months, and he go get those retired NBA players like a Dennis Scott, like a Steve Smith, like a Greg Anthony, Shaq, Go get those guys, Chris Webber. Those guys have a wealth of knowledge.
They might can't coach though.
Try it. But this is actually, this is just like any other coach.
But what I'm saying is
you can fire him.
No. But what I'm saying, the difference is, like for instance, you take Stackhouse, that's in the G League.
He's learning.
He's being developed.
Yeah.
As a coach, like he's actually being, he's not just put out there to coach.
Yeah.
He's being developed to coach, which may yield a difference in, because the whole point is to have them ready to play in the NBA. It's not just about you need a holdover place until you can go in the draft. What they're looking at is, are we getting players that are ready to play? Will he have? Is he just going to be a holdover or a place where their high school game is going to become the pro game?
Yeah.
Or is it just a showcase, meaning this somewhere for people so they don't forget about them and they can just keep playing and putting on highlights, which are two different things.
But I think if he was to do that, if he was to take those guys that, like I said, that do want to coach, it's a good avenue for them to build their coaching skills. Just like it's a good avenue for these kids to get out here and learn the NBA game.
Okay.
These guys gonna be a teacher. I think if he has somebody on his side that is really, I don't know how creative he is, and it seems like if this is his,
he's creative.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, so if this is all his, his thought process coming to life, I think it's a good deal, and I think that this guy really can go somewhere with this. I think he can really make this happen.
Yeah, I tell you, like, whether you like him or dislike him or don't agree with his methods, I think at least he's causing the conversation.
Yeah.
Because the big conversations, which we've done our early episodes on, was just about the exploitation factor of college athletes, which this don't address.
Nah.
This just addressed that 1 year gap.
That's right.
But it goes to show you, like, so these same themes are coming back, or, of players not being compensated like the coaches in the programs, and then you still have these restrictions, and then it's this whole tension between the one and dones, and
And-
only because they have to go that
But see,
route.
that's the thing. See, he's going to those one and done's going to college. He create this. They
So-
won't be going.
So it's either going to do a couple of things.